Kathy Engelbert, 60 minutes. Let's see. Let me see if I can find this clip. Where is it? She talk about the drama. I think we all remember that clip, man. Hold up, wait a minute. That is very, very interesting. I can't even lie. Correlation might be on to something here.
A detail buried in the Indiana Fever's 2026 schedule is generating significant chatter, and the timing makes it hard to dismiss entirely. The Fever are set to face the Atlanta Dream more than any other team this season, 4 matchups in total, split evenly between Indianapolis and Atlanta. That number stands out on its own. What makes it louder is that the schedule was finalized and released before Angel Reese's trade to Atlanta was ever announced.
Where is it at? Because I know I did a video on it. Because she said it. And she spoke about the Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark rivalry. Let's see here. In that Pacific interview, and if correlation...
The observation was first flagged publicly by a social media account called Correlation, who noted the frequency of the Fever Dream matchups and asked a pointed question: what did the league office know and when? It's a reasonable question given the context. Angel Reese is now an Atlanta Dream player. Caitlin Clark is the face of the Indiana Fever.
And if correlation is right, the WNBA is rigged. Hella rigged. Because I haven't even pulled up the Fever schedule yet. You keep saying Angel has damaged her brand. She did. Angel Reese damaged her brand by going to parties. Angel Reese damaged her brand by pretty much becoming, and she didn't make an OnlyFans account, but she damn near did.
Their rivalry was arguably the defining storyline of the 2024 WNBA season, and it is now scheduled to play out 4 times in 2026, twice in Indianapolis and twice in Atlanta. The schedule breakdown is worth looking at closely. The first meeting falls on June 4th in Indianapolis. The Fever then host Atlanta again on June 18th, fly out, and face the Dream once more on June 20th in Atlanta, a back-to-back road situation with barely a day between games.
And she didn't make an OnlyFans account, but she damn near did. Angel Reese damaged her brand by throwing her entire team under the bus. Talked about the city she played in. Ryan and Gray tweeted things that basically called this, it has been in the works. Wow. It has been in the works. This is crazy because if this is true, what correlation is saying, it's rigged.
A 4th meeting follows later in August. That kind of scheduling density is unusual. Most teams share that volume of matchups with divisional opponents for structural reasons, but Atlanta is not a natural rival of Indiana in that sense. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert has spoken publicly about rivalries as a commercial asset.
Is saying it's rigged. Damn, where's that interview, bro? Damn. I gotta go to my videos, y'all. Hold on. I gotta go to my videos, bro. Where is that video? I gotta go to my videos, bro. Hold on. Maybe I can find it on YouTube. Yeah. Kathy Engelbert. I need to find a clip.
In a widely circulated 60 Minutes interview, she addressed the Caitlin Clark phenomenon and made a point of noting that no league is built around a single player, that compelling content and rivalries are what drive viewership. The comment drew criticism at the time for appearing to minimize Clark's individual impact, but in the current context it reads differently. If the league office understood the commercial value of the Clark-Reese dynamic well before roster moves were made official, then building a schedule that maximizes those matchups in advance is not conspiracy, it's business. Whether that business crosses into manipulation of competitive structure is a different question.
Bert, I need to find a clip. WNBA commissioner, 60 minutes. Because If that is true, she spoke about this rivalry, bro. Oh, she definitely did. She definitely did. Where's it at, y'all? Bear with me. Where is it? I'm finna find it.
It is worth noting that the WNBA, like most professional leagues, produces its schedule with full knowledge of which markets, matchups, and player combinations drive ratings. Scheduling is never neutral. High-profile rivalries get primetime slots, back-to-back placements, and increased frequency by design. What makes this particular situation feel different to many observers is the sequence of events. The schedule locks in maximum fever dream contact, and then after the schedule is already set, the trade that makes those games must-watch television happens to go through.
Hold on, or was it the Caitlin Clark one? Oh, I think I got. Oh yes. Oh yes, I got it. Okay, listen.
Reese's move to Atlanta transforms her from a Chicago Sky player into a dream player stationed in a market that will now host Caitlin Clark twice in 2026. The rivalry gets a new geography, a new narrative setting, and a built-in 4-game platform. Whether the league orchestrated the trade, simply anticipated it, or benefited from fortunate timing is something that cannot be stated with certainty. What can be said is that the outcome is extraordinarily convenient for WNBA broadcast and attendance numbers.
Damn special in her pretty much bringing up the WNBA, trying to say the WNBA was ready for this. This was the best rookie class ever. And speaking of the rookie class, the commissioner, I almost forgot about her, bro. We got to pull up on her right now. Guys, listen to this audio of Kathy doing the 60-minute special right now. I'm about to play it. Drop it.
Kathy Engelberg is WNBA commissioner.
The Caitlin Clark phenomenon. How do you describe it?
None of this constitutes proof of a fixed outcome or a rigged competition. Schedules are built on projections, and leagues do lobby teams and players toward decisions that benefit the overall product that is standard practice across professional sports. But the optics of a schedule locking in 4 fever dream games before anyone publicly knew Angel Reese would be a dream player are genuinely strange, and the commissioner's own words about needing drama and rivalry to grow the sport do not make the picture any cleaner. At minimum, it is a timeline worth examining.
As you can imagine, again, is are all the thank you cards filled out? And somebody literally made an AI picture of the Caitlin Clark thank you card that should go out to Caitlin from every player in the league as part of the Caitlin Clark stimulus package, as my boy Ben Daniel would call it. Yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Let's look at this. This is hilarious. Notable.
The new WNBA collective bargaining agreement has produced salary figures that are turning heads, and the numbers tell a story that cuts in several directions at once. Base salaries before any bonus escalators are factored in have been released, and the jumps are substantial enough that the conversation around them has dominated league discourse since they dropped. Aaliyah Boston leads the group being discussed, moving from $94,000 to $574,000 under the new deal. That figure, however, does not tell the full story.
Let's look at this. This is hilarious. Notable projected WNBA salaries per new CBA. Aaliyah Boston, and this is what they're currently making versus what they will make. And I'm going to tell you, it's funny seeing the amount of people that's about to make more money than Angel Reese. Angel Reese is punching air right now. Barbie is punching air between her new salary and nobody showing up to see her at Barbie Fest. Woo!
Boston entered the league 1 year ahead of the 2024 rookie class, which makes her eligible for performance escalators tied to achievements like all WNBA team selections. With those incentives included, her total compensation could approach or exceed $1 million depending on what Indiana offers and whether she qualifies for the maximum tier. Caitlin Clark comes in at a base of $85,528 under the new structure. Paige Buickers goes to $500,000.
Barbie Fest, whoa, she's not happy at all. I got to tell you, she's upset. Aaliyah Boston goes from $94,000 to $574K. That's a pretty good little increase, but it gets better for her. I can tell you right now, with incentives because of making the all WNBA team, that 574 is really going to be like 1.1 million if the Fever choose to offer her the max or get her up to the max.
Cameron Brink reaches $493,000. Sonia Citron lands at $436,000. Angel Reese, selected 7th in her draft class versus Camila Cardoso's 3rd overall pick, comes in at $350,000 lower than Cardoso's figure, lower than Citron's, and a number that has generated substantial reaction online. Draft slot determines the base salary band, which is why the ordering looks the way it does.
Caitlin Clark, $85,528K. Now, the reason that Aaliyah is becoming eligible for that incentive is because she's been in the league 1 year longer than Caitlin Clark. Paige Beckers goes from $80K to $500,000, cool $500,000. Cameron Brett, $85K to $493,000. Hell, she missed most of an entire season. Sonia Citron, $80K to $400,000.
Spotrac's breakdown of the highest paid players in these rookie classes places Boston at the top, followed by Diamond Miller at number 2 ahead of Clark. Cardoso sits above Reese. Kiki Iriafen and J.C. Sheldon also land above the $400,000 mark. The ordering reflects draft position and years of service rather than public profile or commercial impact, which is what makes the list feel counterintuitive to many observers.
Citron, $80K to $436K. You know what we don't do? We don't talk about how good she is. Citron, pretty good player. I got to be honest. I can't say that about a lot of people in the league, but it's a pretty good player. Angel Reese, $75K to $350K. That's still a pretty good little pay bump, I'd say. Spotrac even put in here base value escalators are not included in this.
The broader question being raised is where the money is actually coming from. The answer lies primarily in media. The WNBA's recent $2.2 billion media rights deal over multiple years represents a dramatic influx of revenue into the league. A separate extension with CBS and ION, previously valued at roughly $60 million annually, is expected to have grown considerably.
Are not included in this. This person, Aaliyah Boston, be eligible for $1 million, yeah, because of the escalators, the incentives, and as they put in there, they did not include that. So let's come over here real fast. This is Spotrac, and this is the highest paid among the rookie classes involved here. Aaliyah Boston won. Diamond Miller, huh? Say what? What? All right.
Estimates place the league's current annual media rights income somewhere in the range of $300 million when all deals are combined. That revenue base is what makes the new salary structure financially viable. The pay increases are...
Say what? What? All right. Number 2, ahead of Caitlin Clark. What the hell? All right. My girl Camila Cardoso, she making a cool $110,000 more than Angel Reese. Now, you may be asking, why is that, Rhodes? Well, because Camilla was selected number 3. Angel was selected number 7. All right. J.C. Sheldon, $402,000. Kiki Arifin, $400,000.
Caitlin Clark's arrival in 2024 coincided with record attendance figures, viewership highs, and the kind of mainstream crossover attention the WNBA had not previously sustained. Whether the salary gains are a direct result of that visibility or the product of longer-term organizational work, or both, is a debate the league's players and observers are actively having. What is not debatable is that the dollars are significantly larger, the media deals exist, and the players cashing those checks are doing so in a league that looks very different commercially than it did 3 years ago.
$402,000. Kiki Arifin, $407,000. She's a hell of a player, too. I believe Kiki is what everybody keeps telling me this one is. All right. Yeah. We've seen that, Angel, and we'll raise you Kiki Arafin in the conversation. So more reaction to this. Here you go. You got the thank you notes. Let's look at the pretty card. Oh, we even have like where to, man, I got to tell you, AI, you're coming up in the world. You are. You're like,
Meanwhile, the old economic reality that pushed players overseas, particularly to Russian leagues that were paying top talent over $1 million a decade ago, is becoming less relevant. With domestic-based salaries now clearing the $500,000 mark for several players and performance bonuses pushing totals higher, the financial case for leaving the country during the off-season weakens considerably. That shift alone represents a meaningful change in the structure of professional basketball for women at the top level.